Hello guys, welcome to the video of the story behind all the ghost videos. So, in this video I'm going to be talking about, where I came up with the idea of making ghost videos for this channel. It's a pretty good story, and, before we get into it, I'm going to kind of explain a little bit about, because I said I'm going to post the full series. How I'm gonna do it is I have a screen recorder app on my phone. I had another app that was a screen recorder app, but the audio was really bad. At least I found one that was really good. Excuse me. I think it's gonna look really good. It might take a while. I might post it pretty late. I don't know yet. And I also want to say, tape 21 is the last ghost video, the last tape ghost video of the series and on this channel. So, now here comes the part that we've been waiting for. So, where did I come up with making ghost videos on this channel? So, where did I come up with the idea of making ghost videos? Okay, so this YouTube channel, Trains, Elevators, and More, formerly known as Jake's Elevator Channel, excuse me, came to the YouTube world in the 1st of January of 2013. But before that, going late 2012, 2011, maybe late 2010. Excuse me. Before that, there was, for some of you people who remember the 2010s, I bet majority of you guys probably remember this. Back then, I used to watch, Mark Apslon, he's a YouTuber. He made, a ghost series called The Haunting. Some of you guys probably knew about this. Some of you guys probably didn't. Here's his channel right here. So yeah, that's where I came up with the idea, from Mark Apslon, The Haunting. I used to watch those all the time back in 2010, 2011. I used to love those. I used to watch them every day after school. I used to always check, oh, is he posting a new ghost video? I used to love those ghost videos that Mark Apslon made. Shout out to you, Mark Apslon. You're an amazing YouTuber. I don't know if you've ever seen my ghost videos before, but they're pretty cool. So, it basically all started from, watching Mark Apslon, Haunted Sunshine Girl, Mellowbird 1RD, who else was there? Leo Kim Video. He made a few ghost videos, but he does toy reviews. From watching those guys' ghost videos. And that's where I came up with the idea of doing mine. It's funny, because even before YouTube, even before I had this channel, I used to watch the Mark Apslon ghost videos with my siblings and stuff like that. We used to reenact them and make videos too. We used to reenact Mark Apslon's videos. And then, ever since I got YouTube, I always thought to myself, man, I just want to, I want to make my own ghost videos or my own ghost series, a fan-made series of Mark Apslon's The Haunting. So, that's where it all started. Some of you guys might remember the original videos, the original series called The Scary Tapes of Horror. Yep. Yeah, that was the start of it. I was about 13 years old when I started those videos. And there was, in that series, it was tapes 1 through, I think, 12 or 14. I don't remember. I think 12. Some of the videos got taken down. The only ones remaining, I think, there's tape 2. There's, I think, 7 and 11. And then there's the tape 10 that was filmed on an iPhone. And then there was, this one's not related to the ghost, but that stop-motion ghost video I made, which is not related to anything to the series. But, it was amazing. So why did I choose the last name Wilson? Well, I started the series back when I was in, like, 7th grade when I was 13 years old. Excuse me. The reason why I chose the last name Wilson, well, because I follow a lot of football and the NFL. I remember in my school there was a book about, you know, history of the NFL, legendary players of the Hall of Fame, legendary coaches, and all that stuff. And I remember there was a football player who played for the Cardinals. He actually died this year, and the Cardinals are my third favorite team, by the way. His last name, Larry Wilson. And I don't know, I thought that name was pretty... I thought that last name was really cool. It's also a really popular last name, too. It's very popular. So I kind of made up a background story about the ghost, just like with Mark Apslon, you know? Like, I had the Wilson estate and the Wilson family and Joe Wilson, the boy ghost. And then for Mark Apslon, he had Henry Longacre and the Longacre family, Longacre estate. So kind of a similar thing. And in the one tape of the original series where I talked about, like, the history, you know, like, we find out, oh, he didn't actually die and stuff like that. And we don't know what really happens. And, you know, it's a confusing story. You know, same deal. But, you know, oh yeah, another thing. I remember the one where I talked about, like, learning history about the place. I said, like, he had a lot of learning problems and, like, he was, like, a bully and stuff like that. That was actually referencing one of my childhood bullies. I'm not going to say a lot of detail, but there was a kid that used to pick on me when I was younger. He had, like, I think he had, like, behavioral problems and stuff like that. Like, sometimes he would act nice, and then he would become, like, a complete jerk after that. I remember he was calling me names, you know, making fun of me because calling me, like, the R word and stuff like that. It's just saying nasty comments. So, basically, that was a reference of him. Oh, my goodness. What else? Oh, man, it's hard. I remember I talked about, like, oh, they broke up, because I remember when Mark Apslon talked about the history of the Longacre family, he said that they moved to the state of New York, which is actually my state. So for me, I said Spite and Dyeville, which is, like, part of the Bronx area, which is downstate New York, and then I said, like, then after that, the dad moved to, like, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and then the mom and the rest of the kids moved to Florida. And I remember I said that in the tape, one of the earlier tapes. It was a pretty cool story. I wish I did a little more detail, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be just like Mark Apslon, you know, do it your way. It is what it is. But, you know, it was fun doing all the videos and, you know, talking about the Wilson State. In the later videos of Season 2, you know, we don't really talk about it that much because... You know, because the other character who joins into the series, Steve, he starts to realize, like, you know, what former, character, Edward, was realizing, like, you know, the ghost wasn't really who it really was, just like with Mark Apslon. So, you know, Steve sees the other side of the ghost, which he didn't see what Edward saw, so, yeah. So, in the original series, The Scary Tapes of Horror, I started making the ghost videos around August of 2013. They were originally edited by my sister, because my sister made, like, videos and stuff like that. Not for YouTube, but, like, for, oh my goodness, they're just for fun. And I remember I asked her, hey, can you edit my videos my ghost videos for YouTube? She did. The thing is, she stopped doing them because, you know, we got into, like, an argument and stuff. She didn't want to edit them anymore, so I stopped making ghost videos for a while, and then I started coming back because I found an editing program on my phone, which got me to, bring them back. Same thing, like, with the Stories of the Haunted Season 2, like, you know, I started making ghost videos. Okay, I started Season 2 around late July of 2016. and I made like a few ghost videos. I made that one where like all the chairs and stuff were all thrown around the deck, and then there was the one with all the weird sounds and stuff like that, like the sci-fi type sounds, and like what else? And then there was tape 6. That was on season 2. That was the one where like I had my video, the parody of the Wyoming incident, on the TV, and then after that I stopped making ghost videos. And then that one YouTube video called The Lost Tape that was in a woods, that was supposed to be something for the series, but I did make the ghost video that was based off of that, but the thing was, the editing was really crappy and stuff like that, and I had to take it down because it wasn't really good enough, so I stopped making ghost videos for a while. You know, like same thing like with the first series, like season 2, you know, I stopped for a while, you know, I forgot about making ghost videos and stuff like that, and then when COVID happened, when the pandemic started and stuff like that, you know, I was in the house and, you know, didn't know what else to do. Like, I couldn't film elevators, I couldn't do any other videos of any type. That's when I started to bring back the ghost videos and stuff. I made tape 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I did 17. I did tape 18, tape 19. I did tape 20. And then I did the grand finale, tape 21, which is probably the best one I ever made. So yeah, really coincidental. Like, season 1, I stopped. The reason why I stopped in season 1 was, well, you already know. I just mentioned it. You know, my sister didn't want to edit them anymore, so I had to figure out another way. It took a while. And then for season 2, I just kind of stopped. I did make a video based off of the Lost Tape, and that was supposed to be a part of the series. But until, you know, I deleted it, and I just forgot about making ghost videos until COVID happened, the pandemic happened, and then I decided, hey, I should start making them again, because I'm going to be in the house for God knows how long. So yes, as in the last question, or last thing I said, for season 2, you know, I had tape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and after 6, I stopped making ghost videos. I basically just forgot about my ghost series. I was originally supposed to, that, like what I said in the last clip, the lost footage video I made, that was supposed to be a part of the series, but, you know, I made a ghost video about it, but it was just really crappy and stuff like that I deleted it, and then I just forgot about ghost videos and stuff like that. And then until, like what I said, until this pandemic started and I had nothing else to do, you know, no sports to focus on, no nothing, I decided that, and then during the quarantine, I went on YouTube, I started watching Mark Apslon's ghost videos, and I thought to myself, well, hey, maybe I should continue my ghost series. And then I made tape 7. Tape 7 was basically kind of like a remake or a remastered version of Mark Apslon's pilot ghost video. If you don't know which one I'm talking about, it's the one where he was about to shoot a video in like a toilet paper roll went flying out of the kitchen, and then all of a sudden a glass wine cup fell on the ground without even breaking. And then he turns the camera, and then all what he sees is just all the cabinet doors in the kitchen were all open. There was a box of Cheez-Its on the counter that fell out of one of the cupboards, I think. And then all of a sudden, when he turns the camera, you see a black figure run through the corridor, and then the camera just cuts off. And a lot of people were commenting saying, how come, is that the same house that was in the Haunting series? Because he had 2 houses. Was this another house he had before the series started? Or was this in a room that he never filmed in? I think it was, my theory was maybe it was a different house, because I remember in one of the ghost videos he said he moved into the first house like around 2009, 2010, so that's probably the point. You know. What else? Yeah, and that's how it all started. And then there was tape 7, and then tape 8. Excuse me. Then there was tape 8 that I made, which had this really amazing scene. I'll roll the clip. I knew, ever since I made tape 8 of the season 2 of Stories of the Haunted, when Stories of the Haunted reunited on trains, elevators, and more. Ever since I made that scene out of tape 8, I knew, ever since I watched the whole tape, the whole video before I posted it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I can't believe I just made this. You know, I'm probably going to get a lot of comments saying like, oh my god, you made me fall on my seat, you made me spill my coffee and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I'm probably going to get all those comments, but you know, I'm just going to be laughing along, you know. It was the best, that was the best ghost video I've ever made. You know, tape 8 was like, so, actually I'll talk about it in another part of the video, I'll save that for later, but like, that video was supposed to be a reference of another YouTuber who makes ghost videos. I don't know his name, but what I do know is he's from Long Island, somewhere in the Long Island area of New York State. He made a ghost video with a ghost clown appearing in his bathroom. I can't remember the YouTuber, but funny coincidence, the clown mask that was used in that video, I actually have that same exact mask. Let me go get it, okay? In my basement. Here it is. It's on top of the fridge. Here it is. Here it is. Right here. This was also used in tape 7, but the ghost went by really fast, and this was the mask that my brother used when he played the ghost in tape 7. Speaking of that, how about I show you guys the mask that the ghost wore in all the other tapes. I'll go get that one. Alright. Here is the mask that was used in the ghost videos right here. The actual mask. There's also another one too. It's I still have it in the house. I'm not going to get it right now because it's upstairs and I'm down in my basement. But that's one of the masks I used. It has a little red dot on it. The one that was in the clip I just showed, that was the other mask. I somehow found that mask in my brother's room. And I decided, you know, that would be really cool to show that one. And a little red dot on the top kind of has a cool effect. But let's go on to the next one. So, tape 21. Tape 21, actually I'll talk about it later, but that's actually a really good idea that I'm bringing this up. Okay, so let's go back to, before I talk about that one, let's go back to season 1. So tape 14 was the last tape of the season 1 series, but like I said, some of the videos got taken down. I don't know what happened or what caused them to get deleted. One of them I accidentally deleted, but I don't know how the other ones got taken down. I forgot. But if you guys seen Mark Apslon's ghost videos, tape 42, which was the last tape of the series, and Mark Apslon mentions, you know, the last second of that video, the character he played, who was named Bob, was the first one to die. And basically what it was like, you know, he said like the spirit takes over, the spirit defeats the character, and the spirit wins in the end. Same thing like what happened in the tape 14 I made, like, you know, back when all the way back in 2014. You know, the character I played, Edward, you know, the ghost does the same thing. You know, defeats him and, you know, kills him. So yes, so tape 21, the same situation happens, just like what happened in Mark Apslon's ghost video. You know, the character I played, the second character of season 2, Steve, that last second of the last few seconds of tape 21, he gets killed by the ghost or the spirit, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. So basically, like, it's just like the same thing like with Mark Apslon, you know, it defeats him, it wins, and just, I don't know, it's like an apocalypse, or maybe the ring, or I don't know. You can name it anything. It's hard to explain, but let me tell you, it's amazing. It was one of the best videos I probably have ever made in history here on the Trains, Elevators, and More channel. Okay, here goes a few more. Okay, so both the clown masks were kind of like a little add to the ghost. So from the original ghost videos from 2013, like, the ghost who was played by my brother, he didn't have like a mask or anything, it was just his actual face. We had another mask, it was a old school hockey goalie mask, but then that was missing. We had a jigsaw mask. So the clown mask with the red hair, that one was used in tape 7, and then the rest were used by the other one, and then I have another one that looks just like that one, except without the red dot. Those were used for just a prop to make the ghost look like it has like a character, you know, so it can be obvious that, you know, that's the ghost, you know, with the creepy face and stuff. And also, people always wonder, like, is the ghost, like, hidden, the ghost's actual face hidden behind, so we don't know who it is? Well, we don't really know, and that was never mentioned in the series, but pretty much we used the masks just to make a cool effect on it. So, that's pretty much it. So, did I witness any actual ghosts in real life? Well, I'm not really big of a ghost believer. Well, back when I was younger, I used to like all ghosts, and I always wanted to catch an actual ghost. Here are some times where I felt like I've been around ghosts. I'm not really actually sure. One story goes all the way back to, like, I think 2nd grade or 1st grade or maybe kindergarten. Maybe I'll just say 2nd grade. So in the town I live in, Victor, in New York, in upstate New York, Rochester area. So in the village, you know, there's like this road, and then there's a bridge, and then there's a little cutoff road on the side. One time the bridge was being reconstructed, rebuilt. We went down the side road along the side. And it wasn't until we drove, my mother and my siblings, we saw this huge, old, abandoned Victorian house. I remember I was really scared of it. I was scared that a monster was going to come and grab me and pull me in. And then many years later, when my grandmother once came over and she was talking about it, I was like, oh my gosh, I remember that place. I was thinking to myself, is it still there? I remember telling my mother, like, is that place still there? Is that abandoned house still there and stuff like that? My mom was like, I don't know, that was a really old house. And I remember coming back from one of my brother's baseball practices. I begged my father, like, you know, we should go drive down there and see if we can find it. And then it wasn't until we went there, ta-da, it was there, still standing. I remember on the porch there was a rocking chair rocking back and forth on the porch. I had the windows up, so I didn't know if it was wind or not, but oh my gosh, it was pretty freaky. I remember I used to always check on it all the time, and then it wasn't until I did find out that the fire department, the Victor Fire Department, was going to do a practice fire on it. And it wasn't until I went there back like 2013, like fall of 2013, I went back there to go check on it, and then it was gone. And all you could smell is just the smoke from when the fire department did the practice fire. It smelled like barbecuing, pretty much, which was really weird. But yeah, it was kind of sad, you know. It was an old abandoned house. I do know a lot of history about the house, which I'm not going to really mention anything about it, you know. But yeah, it was pretty sad, you know. I do know a few stories. A guy who's a barber in the village of Victor, I'm not going to say his name, he told me some stories about that house. He said that there was a guy that he knew who wanted to buy that house, but I don't know. He looked at the inside and it looked too hard to fix up. The house was really dilapidated. I heard like the stairs were not inside the house. They removed the stairs. My pastor of my old church, who was a firefighter, he actually told me what it looked like inside. He said that he saw like a lot of old furniture, and he also saw like an old vintage like sink. It was just, wow. I bet back then that house looked really beautiful. It had 10 bedrooms, and it's crazy. And for another ghost story, we went to Mount Hope Cemetery in Rochester, New York when I was in 7th grade. And then what happened was, like, you know, I was hearing that you can get some ghost stories and stuff from there. And I remember in a video they said you feel someone tap on your shoulder. I actually did feel like something was like patting my back or like going like this to me. It wasn't until I found out that someone who used to work at my father's job, he's actually buried in that cemetery. So, you know, it could have been his ghost. I don't even know. But yeah, those are some creepy moments. There's other things, but you know, I just want to pick those two for now. But like, okay, now the next one. Well, I thought to myself, like, oh shit, like, you know, my editing skills have changed so much that how much I've changed, like, it's crazy. Like, I remember the first ghost videos, my voice sounded so young, I looked so young. I was 13 years old, and then I got older and older and older, and, you know, well, the first series was edited by my sister. Excuse me. And then season 2 was edited by me. I used the Splice app for the first ghost video, and then I used the iMovie app, and then, you know, and then after that I found the Clips app. That's where I have that cool blue VHS tape effect that you've probably seen in the beginning of all the ghost videos. But all I can say is it's amazing how much I've grown and how much, you know, things I've done. I can't even think. But what I'm basically trying to say is it's crazy how much I've grown, you know, and how much I've changed with my editing skills and how good I've gotten. Like, I remember my first ghost videos, you know, my sister edited them, but the editing was kind of, you know, a little sloppy. Not that bad, but it just, and some of the props and some of the acting was a little, like, you know, faked a little bit. But, you know, and then I started using the other apps, and, you know, then it started to look good. But it wasn't until, you know, then I tried the iPhone editor app, whatever you call it. You know, that was pretty cool. You know, I started to learn more how to use that. And then after during quarantine, when I started making ghost videos again, it wasn't until I found the Clips app, and that app probably changed my life with editing videos. You know, I got cool sound. I can make cool sound effects. Well, not really sound effects, but I can make intros, transition scenes with that app. You know, it's crazy how much my editing skills have changed and how much I've changed with making these ghost videos. And, you know, it was fun making these videos. Like what I said in the last video, I might be making some movies. I might use that blue scene for like movie trailers and stuff like that, like the following preview and stuff like that. I haven't thought of any movies yet, but just saying all other stuff like vlogs, elevator videos will be on hold until 2021. Great World of Sports, all that stuff is still gonna be on here, but you know, it was fun making ghost videos. You know, you just have to grow up and move on. You know, I started making these videos since 2013 as a 13-year-old, and I'm now 20. It's just, you know, it's crazy how much I've changed. Well, that's all we got. And now, stay tuned for the full release of the Stories of the Haunted.